Hello and welcome back to the Danielle Daily Show. This is the very first episode of the new year, and I am so ready to be back here. It was wonderful having a few weeks off to just spend time with my family and celebrate the holiday season, but I'm very excited to be here with you guys. I have so many tidbits of news to share. I would love it if you'd let me know what you've been up to. It's been so much fun receiving your messages and Facebook posts saying, when's the Danielle Daily going to be back? When are we having our Danielle Daily again? And that it filled my heart so much. I had so many things going on the last few weeks, and I wanted to restart the show last week, but I just wasn't ready. There were some things I needed to get done before I could recommit to being here for you guys every single weekday. So I have decided that we will be having the show at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, which is noon Pacific, and I believe that is, I want to say 9 a.m. in Hawaii. I'm not exactly clear on that. If Tara is watching, let us know. That would be 2 o'clock Central and 1 o'clock Mountain Time. So do the math yourself. You might want to double check my numbers on that, but definitely I will be here all month long throughout January at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, except next Monday because that is a holiday. And I've decided that, even though I'm an entrepreneur and I work for myself, it might be fun to start just experimenting with taking the same days off as everybody else. So thank you for joining me. Again, this is the Danielle Daily Show. I'm Danielle Watson. This is our first episode of the second season, our first episode of the new year. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've been up to. I'd love it if you'd let me know what you've been up to. I will have today's powerful, inspiring note to self for you later in the broadcast. And I can already tell that, I'm a little bit out of practice from doing the show because I've been off for the past couple of weeks. So let me know that you're there. Let me know that you're excited that the show is back. So first bit of exciting news, if you missed it, my book that I have been working on for over a year was released on Christmas Day. That was the universe's Christmas present to me. My book was finally ready to be released out into the world, and it is available now on Amazon.com. You can look in the comments after the broadcast. I will leave a link there. Reviews are already coming in. I actually just received my very first review from the UK, which was very exciting. I have an international reader. It's interesting to note that I've also been receiving comments on my YouTube channel where I post these broadcasts as replays from somebody who found me all the way in India. Very unexpected, very excited. So I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but Ajinkya, thank you so much for leaving comments. I love that we get to have this interaction. You're all the way in India, I'm here in the United States, and this amazing medium of video connects us and makes it possible for us to share positivity, for us to share power, for us to share uplifting and inspiring stories. And I just really so appreciate each and every one of you who tunes into the Danielle Daily Show. So if you're here, let me know, say hi, let me know what you were up to over the holidays. Like I said, my big piece of exciting news was that my book was finally released. I'll leave the link in the comments for you guys. And the other interesting thing that happened was I got sick. I think that I had been working so hard to get the book done, to do all the things that I normally have to do when I'm not writing a book. And when I got to my parents' house, of course I'd been on the plane, and so I was exposed to all these things. But when I got to my parents' house to spend the holiday with them, within a couple of days, I had a cold. And, that was kind of a bummer. It put a little bit of a damper on our holidays, but I wasn't the only one in the family to be sick. So what I did was I just tried to relax. I tried to rest. It was fun. I told my mom that my intention as I was home visiting was that I was going to do as little adulting as possible. And, it's funny because I don't know about you, but I think as a grown-up child that my mom wants me to be as grown-up as possible, but I think she actually enjoyed me wanting to be mothered a little bit. So that was fun for me, letting my mom take care of me, letting my mom tell me what to do for a little while. It looks like Julio is here. Thank you so much for joining us. I have missed you very much. I have missed your wisdom and your comments and your love and support. I really appreciate you, Julio. You are just always here for the show, and I can't thank you enough. You know, there are so many of you who have shared the show, who have recommended the show. Maida is somebody who has just really been so vocal about letting her people know how inspiring this show is to her. I appreciate that. Amber has been somebody who has shared the show. I have another little piece of news about Elena, one of our viewers who you'll recognize. Of course, Tammy and Michael Keck, very much supporters of the show and great about sharing it. Vince has been here quite a while, quite often recently, so thank you. He's been such a supporter of my book. And as you guys will remember from season 1, Elena is one of our very regular viewers, and she was expecting a baby girl, and her baby girl has arrived in the world. Her name is Lacey. So the Danielle Daily Show has its very first baby. I think that's very exciting. Elena thinks that her daughter actually already recognized my voice because she would kick up a storm when Elena was watching while she was pregnant. So I'm excited for the first time that Elena has time to watch the show with Lacey to see if Lacey responds. I know that she just had her very first smile at her parents recently, which was super exciting. It looks like Vince is here, Snow Day tuning in. Awesome. So glad to have you here. And so thank you so much for your support. Vince, you have sent me so many things that have been useful, that have made me think, that have made me continue to focus on moving forward and not, worrying about so much where I am right now. And it's each and every one of you who tunes into the show that keeps me smiling, that keeps me moving forward, that keeps me going. I'm not just some crazy person who, talks to herself in the mirror and writes notes to herself. These things actually help people. These notes to self are actually powerful, and they actually help people think different thoughts and make different decisions and take different actions. And they are inspiring and helpful. And that it means the world to me to know how my notes to self are affecting you guys. For me, they were a lifeline. They were something that I used as a practice of positivity every single day for a year to keep my mind focused on growing, on moving forward, on taking the life lessons that were being offered to me, on noticing, what was hurting me, but also noticing what was making me happy and what was making me joyful. And I love how in the book you can really see the progression of me from somebody who was just completely heartbroken to somebody who had hope, to somebody who had hope for the future, and somebody who recognized the transformational power of what I'd been through, and that I had really taken the opportunity to use this as a growing experience rather than a reason to beat myself up for not being perfect. So if you haven't checked out the book yet, I highly recommend you do. It is only available on Kindle right now. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have a Kindle. In fact, the Notes to Self book, the bulk of the book is these beautifully illustrated daily notes with a date attached to them. And if you have any kind of device like a tablet or a phone, you can download the Kindle app free, and then you can buy the book and put it on your tablet or other mobile device, and then you can have that note with you in your pocket so that you can look at one each day, or you can flip through them and find the one that inspires you most. So I highly recommend that even if you don't have a Kindle book, and even if you do have a Kindle book, I highly recommend that you put the book on your mobile device so that you can have it with you to reference anytime you need a little pick-me-up, anytime you need a little positive focus, anytime you need something to just kind of reshift your mind from whatever is hitting you in the face from your day, and just think a more positive thought, because what we think about on a regular basis is really what creates our life. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. There's Timothy. I really appreciate you, Tim. Tim is one of the wonderful people who, when I released my book, he shared it with the people he loves, and he was so clever in what he wrote that I've stolen it a little bit and used it. So when he shared it, he wrote, hey, did you receive some Christmas money? Spend it on buying this book. And I was like, that's genius. A lot of people just received Christmas money or received an Amazon gift card. And this book is a great way to keep yourself inspired all year long. There are 365 notes in there. If you don't like the one for the day of the year that it is right now, find another one, flip through that, use it however you like. Use it in the way that most serves you. So, Like I said, awesome book came out. Very excited to be back here with the Danielle Daily Show. We will be having this broadcast at 3:00 p.m. Eastern each weekday. We have a brand new baby, the first Danielle Daily baby, little Lacey Dean. Very excited to have her. Lots of opportunities for speaking are coming out for me. I'm so excited for all the things that are happening that I never would have expected. You know, for me, being an author is a lifelong dream, and I never would have expected that something that was so painful and so heart-wrenching to me and that just brought me to my knees and, you know, nearly crushed me into the ground, I never would have thought that that would be the vehicle through which I would fulfill a lifelong dream. That having my heart broken and having to go through something so painful would inspire me to actually take the steps I need to take to write a book. And it was never my intention to write a book when I started the Notes to Self project, but now it took me where I needed to go. And so, you know, you just never know how something is going to impact you and what direction it's going to take you in. So with that, let me give you today's note to self. Let me know how you're doing. Please private message me anytime or leave me a comment. Remember, you can watch the replay here on the Danielle Daily Facebook page, or it's even more convenient if you go to the YouTube page. So I will include the link to the book if you want to check it out. I highly recommend that you download the free preview or the free sample that you can get on Kindle. If you're not sure you want to buy it, just check that out. It'll give you a really good idea of what it's about. I will include the link for the YouTube channel if you want to go watch past episodes, season 1 of the Danielle Daily Show. Hopefully I'll get today's episode up later today. Jinkya in India, I know you have left me a comment there, and I will respond to it after I'm done with the broadcast today. I respond to each and every comment and question that you guys post for me. I so appreciate you. And if there's any topic you'd like me to cover, I'm happy to do that. If it's something that concerns you, if it's something that concerns somebody you care about, please let me know what's going on in your life. I'll give you my take on it. I'll give you a positive note to self to help you or somebody else through that. I'm working with doing some themes, so I'm thinking that we're going to start with the theme of just practicing focus, because for me that's what the notes to self are. They're a positivity practice. They are something that keep my focus on moving forward, no matter what kind of crazy circus act is going on in my life or in the world around me or in the worlds of people I love. These are something that I use on a daily basis to help me maintain my focus so that I can keep moving forward and growing in the direction that I want to grow. So with that, today's note to self, which as always, I highly recommend that you write down, because you never know when it's going to be what you need to feel inspired or to keep moving forward, or just that little pick-me-up that you need. So go ahead and write it down. And today's note to self is, I always start it with Dear Self, because I write these to me. I think about you guys as I write them now, so they have a little different flavor than the original notes to self, but I really, really like having you guys with me when I think about writing these. So it starts out, Dear Self, momentum is the result of time plus the regular application of focus. Let me read that to you one more time. Dear Self, momentum is the result of time plus the regular application of focus. So like I said, the notes to self for me, the project, the original 365 notes, was a positivity practice for me. It was a way for me to maintain my focus, to keep the momentum going in the direction I wanted it to go. The result was that I have a book. I have fulfilled a lifelong dream to be an author. That focus has resulted in me being invited to speak, to be a guest on podcasts. There's all kinds of things that are unfolding as a result of that. I have a reader in the UK. I have a viewer in India. This is so exciting. It's so exciting that by focusing, the momentum has created all these connections and all these opportunities and all these ways that I get to grow and that I get to connect and relate and just share with other people. And it's just really exciting. I'm learning on my feet. I'm not sure where all of this is going, but I do have a big vision in mind, and I hope that you will find this show a place where you can come to find something positive, something inspiring, or something powerful each day of the week to help you move in the direction you want to go, to keep you growing. And I hope that you will share that with people you care about to help them feel inspired. I know, there's a lot of stuff still going on in politics, and I do live near the nation's capital. This is definitely a time of a lot of angst. So if you know people that are struggling with change or with politics or with family things, with loss, please share the show with them. Please share the book with them. The reports are coming in that the book is very inspiring and that it really is a helpful tool for people to use to focus on moving ahead. So again, thank you so much for being here. I'm Danielle Watson. This is the Danielle Daily Show. This was the very first episode of season 2. I'm excited to be back here. You can find me here tomorrow at 3:00 p.m. Eastern, and each day of the week here at 3:00 p.m. Eastern. Next Monday, we will not have the show, but I'll remind you on Friday just because it is a holiday and I am going to enjoy taking holidays this year. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being awesome people in my world. I appreciate you so much. If you need anything, you know how to reach me, and I'll see you again tomorrow, okay? Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.